Good to have Shabbos, everyone. Parshas, Sisa, Shabbos after Purim, Parshas Parah. The Rebbe says not always is Parshas Parah, the Shabbos right after Purim. So a few ideas together, connecting also to Purim. Kisisa, which talks about the machzah shekel, the half shekel, and the Alter Rebbe says a very deep word. Why is it say it's a shekel, but it's a half a shekel? It should just say give a half a shekel. That a full shekel is esrim gera, 20 gera, which is an amount. And a half a shekel is 10 gera. Why does it have to tell us what the value of the full shekel is? Just say to give 10 gera. And this is a question asked many times. The Rebbe gives many explanations to this. One of the answers the Alter Rebbe gives to Torah is that in Avos Hashem, when he says kol over pekudim, whoever's going to be counted has to give. Pekudim means to be counted, but also we know the mitzvahs is called pekudim. He says pekudi Hashem esamchi leiv, which is talking about the mitzvahs. And kol over pekudim, whoever so to say transgresses the pekudim, the mitzvahs. So even that person has to give a chatzi shekel for kapara, for an atonement, because you have two kinds of love of Hashem. You have love of Hashem that's as a gift. Hashem gives the person who reaches a high level of elevation and kedusha, that you get a gift called avarah, the great love. And not everyone's zeicha, not everyone merits that. But a part of the love of Hashem that says v'yahavta, that you should love Hashem, which means you have to do what it takes to love Hashem. You have to be mispoinen, you have to contemplate. And like we learn in Tanya, that the idea of hispoinenus, what hispoinenus, contemplation means to really apply yourself, to pay attention, use your mind, that your mind could affect your heart. The mind controls the heart, because the heart is where the nefesh habahamis is, where the animal part of the soul is. And if you're going to try to talk emotion to your nefesh habahamis, to your God, to your animal soul, that's his game. That's the animal's game. The animal, the nefesh habahamis, the animal soul is much stronger connected to its passions and to its emotions. But if you use your contemplation, your mind, to understand Hashem, and apply that to yourself with proper hisbonenus, that's why Chassidim would daven a long time, being mispoinen and contemplating about Hashem, that will bring you eventually to Avos Hashem. And that's the Eser Gera, that's the half a shekel. That even if you're over al pagudim, even if you transgress the mitzvahs, and you may not be zoicha yet to the second love, to the full shekel, but definitely the part that you have to participate in to apply yourself to having Avos Hashem, love for Hashem, that every yid has to do. Everyone has to give that. And also to connect this idea a little bit to Parshas Parah. And the Rebbe talks about Purim, like we learned this morning. That one of the ideas of Parshas Parah is that the Parah Duma is to purify us, to make us ready for Pesach. Where Pesach, we already are celebrating Geula, redemption. The Parah Duma allows us to celebrate redemption. But it's before we've yet been redeemed. We have not yet been purified. It's the preparation for purification. Like the Rebbe says in the Fabrengen in 1951, that it's the concept that the heart knows already that we're about to get free. Even though it hasn't happened yet, it's an excitement about something that's about to happen, but it hasn't yet happened. So the idea of Paraduma is really a time, the red heifer is connected to while we're still in Gullus, which is like Purim. Purim was a celebration of the Bnei Yisrael in Gullus. But a person, sometimes when you go through situations in Gullus, like what we have in Purim, you wake up the next morning and you realize we're still servants of Achashverosh. We're still a person that's dealing with a half a shekel. We're still only dealing with the Avos Hashem that we could deal with, because we're people that are part of those who are considered over al pekudim. We're not perfect, but every day we have small victories, and the Parah Duma reminds us that, like the story of Purim, that even if we're in Gullus, we could have small victories. We could burn the Parah Duma, the Parah which represents the cow, the nefesh habahamis, the animal soul, all parts of the Gullus, like the Medrash says, the four components of the Parah Duma represents the four levels of exile, that we burn the Parah Duma, we burn the animal within us. Even if the next morning we wake up and the Parah is still there, a new Parah comes out, and the same passions, the same arguments, the same situations that you have to deal with, but at this moment you had a victory. And maybe Zoichetaka, that we should forget that this year, reading Parshas Kisisa, that we should be zeicha to the second part of the shekel HaKodesh that comes from the Eibishter, the Avos Hashem, the gift. That's a sign of the completion of the Gula Mitzvah Shlema. May it happen speedily in our time. Good Shabbos and a happy Shabbos Parah.